The IPL has started with a bang, and it feels like a changing of the guard. Not just a changing of the guard, but a change of the script and maybe even the cast. What I mean by that is this IPL season is not only about Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, or even MS Dhoni. This time around, new stars are coming in and stealing the spotlight. I am Gargi Raut, and joining me for this show is Boria Mujumdar. We're here at the Joyville facility in Hadapsar, Pune. This time around, a change of location for us as well. But Boria, do you think we're in the phase of transition for IPL stars?
You know, it's yes and no. Almost every season, if I kind of look back, there were stars. But I agree with you that the story has so far been a Virat, a Rohit, a Dhoni, Akhil, Rahul, a Jasprit Bumrah. But this time round, be it a Vaibhav Suryavanshi who is in his second season, be it somebody like, you know, all these new guys, whether it is, if I take a look at a Priyansh Arya, who has come of age since last year, almost every team is giving me one such star that, okay, I will now focus on this. Even Yashasvi Jaiswal is not being much talked about. Other stars are coming in, whether it is a Saqib Hussain making his debut, whether it is Praful making his debut and picking up 4 wickets. That's what it should be. Having said that, when I look back, say the first year of the IPL, I think of a Swapnil Asnodkar. The third year of the IPL, I think of a Paul Valthati. So there have been stars in the past who have kind of done this. Having said that, this time round it is more pronounced. And what does that show? That shows India's white ball talent in this particular format is exploding. It is no longer about these established stars. In fact, my thing is they will find it extremely difficult to keep pace with this new generation in a couple of years.
But you know, as an audience, we're guilty of hyping players up too much when they're on the come up. And you know, we misidentify one-season wonders with genuine talent. What are your thoughts about that?
True. Again, the two people I mentioned, Swapnil did not make it into the second season or did not get success in the second season. Paul frittered out in the past as well. That's why I mentioned a Vaibhav and a Priyansh, because this is their second season. Both of them, Vaibhav, for example, when he was coming there last year, people thought, okay, 14-year-old rookie. No one studied him. This time people have studied him, and yet he has been successful, except that one blip, the one ball duck that he got against the Sunrisers. So clearly, he's not a one-season wonder. Take a Priyansh Arya. Priyansh Arya came last season, did well, played domestic, the leagues did well, emerging stars, okay, and now this one. Again, he has been able to play and consistently score against the big boys, be it a Matt Henry, be it, you know, the Kolkata match got drained out, otherwise that would have been another opportunity. The way Priyansh has gone about his business is superb. And you can kind of apply that. I'm not getting into an Abhishek Sharma who's had a blow hot and cold, but he too is in his second, third, fourth, fifth season. So these are not one-season wonders. Yes, you can say an Ayush Matre playing his first real season was there last year. But again, he was there last year, has consolidated his gains this year. My point is there is a change. The change is India's white ball setup, and I think Gautam Gambhir has a major role to play in this. The format has evolved. But when you and I are talking about it, and except a Praful and a Saqib, and I want to see more of them before I'm able to comment, they're all batters. I'm not seeing a single bowler come up the ranks. And I'm worried. When I watch this format, when I see a high risk, high reward, for who? High risk for batter to get more runs, high reward for the batter to get more runs and smash the bowler out of there. Is the bowler a bystander? Is the bowler just a support cast like you and I are standing? All of a sudden you kind of tie me up, put me in the boxing ring, start punching, and all the other fellow has to do is duck. Are the bowlers simply a part of that spectacle without really having a role to play? That for me is a worry, because tell me one spinner that has come through. Not one. Tell me one bowler except these two. Which spinner?
Maybe
except
Harsh Dubey.
Exactly. Yeah. Harsh Dubey is the only bowler in a spin who has kind of done well. But that too limited. He's not won a game on his own. When it comes to batters, I will name 10. I will name, every team has one. An X factor. That's a worry. Is this game becoming a batter's game, a lopsided game? That could kind of define the format.
It definitely is, and I want to ask you about the comparison between the pitches between World Cup matches versus the IPL. Do you think that is one of the biggest reasons why the youth is not incentivized to pick up the ball?
200% right. 200% right. I mean, see, the Wankhede track is the same. The Wankhede track during the World Cup fetched a 250.
Correct.
And this one also, it's fetching a 220 as par. Eden Gardens, at least still relatively competitive, 180, 190. That's okay for me.
Yeah.
You get me 180, 190 wicket, I'm still okay. But if you tell me that relatively ordinary batters hitting a Jasprit Bumrah out of the park with regularity is norm, I won't accept it, because that boy will not even stand 10 balls against a Trent Bolt or a Jasprit Bumrah in red ball cricket.
Exactly.
You know, my problem with this is cricket has always been a game of bat and ball. The bowler is an equal stakeholder. Unfortunately, we are reducing the bowler to just feeding the batter to hit a six and clap. For me, it's becoming a highlights package. That is a problem. Yes, I absolutely believe what you said, that transition is happening. I see the strike rate of a Virat, a Rohit, a KL Rahul and Ajinkya Rahane. I compare that with an Abhishek Sharma, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, a Priyansh Arya, and I say, okay, these are the next gen T20 batters. Why is Virat's strike rate not being talked about? It is the same as Ajinkya Rahane. The only reason is Tim David is protecting Virat. Romario Shepherd is protecting Virat. Rajat Patidar is protecting Virat. Unfortunately, in Kolkata, there is no protection for Rahane, which is why he's being singled out for scrutiny and blasted. Secondly, who will dare criticize Virat Kohli? The troll army will jump. Who will criticize Rohit Sharma or question the strike rate? Frankly, you don't need to question, your team is winning. But take a Rohit Sharma, middle table. Will you ask the strike rate question that you're asking of Ajinkya Rahane? You won't. Why? Because the Rohit troll army will jump on you. So there is also selective understanding. Having said that, all these people, Virat, Rohit, KL and Ajinkya, can they do what Abhishek, Priyansh, Vaibhav or even Yashashvi do day in, day out every ball? The way Abhishek got out against Jofra Archer is an indication for you. Tell me, will you see Rohit, Virat, KL or Ajinkya play that shot first ball, dancing down the track, boom, third man out? And he doesn't matter, it doesn't bother, because that's his game. High risk, high reward. That, I think, is the transition that you will see. All the batters who come through the ranks will play like that.
While we're talking about transition in cricket in the IPL, let me also ask you about the transition from Joyville Kolkata to Joyville Hadapsar.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah, the Shapurji Palanji facility here in Hadapsar, Pune is fantastic. This is the annex, by the way, where we are standing, and this is beautiful. Outside, I'm sure Trisha and Orko will show you some of the footage. Neil is on camera on the other side. Lot of green, beautiful. There's a hell lot of green. The pool is nice. The number of trees around, clubs and facilities. Look at the green. Oh, yeah. I don't see that. I don't see that in many parts of India. This is excellent to see. This green and that green. It's all green here. Having said that, she's right. The facility is beautiful. The drive to this part of, to this facility wasn't bad from since we landed. Roads are good, so nice. Yeah.
You spoke about minimizing the role of the bowler. I also want to speak about minimizing the role of an all-rounder, which is a very important role in white ball cricket. But with the impact player rule, it's almost like
not there.
Not there. The all-rounders are not there.
Agreed. I mean, having said that, Nitish Reddy has kind of stood up with the bat and with the ball. Bharat Ramraj did that story first. Yeah. Pace. Nitish has added a few yards of pace, and Bharat made that point. Mr. Gavaskar picked up on that point, and Mr. Gavaskar also spoke about that increased pace, so clearly our reporters were doing the job.
Yeah.
Nitish has batted well for the Sunrisers Hyderabad lower down the order with decent strike rate. But other than Nitish, I don't see a single all-rounder. Maybe a Washington Sundar,
but no, he's not impressive.
I mean, he's not been able to stand out. Who other than Hardik Pandya? Hardik Pandya is already a proven commodity. Nobody bothers about Hardik Pandya. He's already number one. But tell me one other option. How many overs has a Shivam Dube bowled? Hardly. One game or two games he's bowled
And
one
do you
over.
remember any standout
Nothing.
overs?
So
Yeah, exactly.
Shivam Dube is an all-round option, but because of this impact player rule, it is only about specialists. That you will sub the person and you will get another bowler. So what are you doing? You are actually playing 5 specialists and 5 specialists, or rather 6 and 5.
Yeah.
So in effect, you are asking people not to develop all-round skills because I have an impact player option.
Shubman Gill spoke about it and said that it should be done away with.
It has to be. Over the long term, it cannot help Indian cricket because, see, you will only get all-rounders if that person has utility.
Correct.
Now, if I have an option of subbing one batter for a bowler,
Why would you not do that?
why would I not do that? And that's where the real problem is, because you and a mediocre level fielder who is a bowler or a batter is getting subbed. So yes, I will see better fielding perhaps because that will get me into the game. But I don't see all-round options coming through with the impact player.
And suppose if this rule continues for, let's say, another 10 years, will that impact Indian white ball cricket?
Again, it's an interesting question. The answer to that is if the pitches continue to be like this and you score 250, 260, you're frankly taking the bowler out of the park. So unless you're a Bumrah who will still bowl 4 overs for 35, whether you're an all-rounder, whether you're a bowler, how does it matter? You're just there to be a support cast. You'll concede 45. You will concede 50. Even if you concede 50, we will still say, okay, today you've given me 2 wickets for 50 runs. It's acceptable. 5 into 50, 250. You know, my biggest issue with this transition, and you mentioned the word transition.
Yes.
It is not just about the players. It is also about the format. The format is transitioning from 170 to 220. The format is transitioning from 180 being a challenging score to 220 being overhauled with relative ease. Now, the moment you allow that a 220 will be overhauled, that I have scored 220, but I know it's under par on a particular track. Take the Wankhede. I think we are doing a bit of a disservice to the format. So, World Cup, India versus England, 500 runs scored.
Yes.
500. KKR scored 220, lost. Bangalore got 240, Mumbai got 222 in return. So you're talking about 65 runs scored in one day in 40 overs. So that means 11 and a half, 12 runs and over. Who is a bowler there? And why would you want to be?
Exactly.
It is pretty ridiculous. I mean, that day I was watching, people are just, and the other thing, a lot of people have told me that I'm being critical. What is my suggestion? My suggestion is extend the boundary. Make it a 65-meter boundary.
Right.
You've put the rope in.
Yes.
You are making it a 60, 65 this side. Yeah, I mean, so multiple things. I have 4 suggestions. 2 bouncers and over. Give it.
Yeah, 100%.
Give it. What's the problem? Empower the bowler. Secondly, you have instituted a time rule. And I agree that, okay, you have a time rule. Who the hell is the sufferer? The bloody bowler.
Yeah.
Because the moment the last over, the captain has faltered, whatever, who is not getting one fielder out? The bowler. So the point is, ultimately, everything is weighed against the bowler.
Penalties are for the bowlers.
Exactly.
Everything's for the bowlers.
So, 4 suggestions.
Yeah.
2 bouncers. 1 fielder extra. Get the best bowler to bowl 1 extra over. Okay. Get a Bumrah to bowl 5, not 4. Do something.
Instead of the impact rule, you could have that.
Do that. Get your best bowler to bowl 2 extra overs so that there is an even contest between bat and ball. At the moment, there is no even contest except for some games, maximum 15% games out of 100%. And that for me is making this format rather predictable and anti-cricket. For me, cricket is equal between bat and ball. This is not an equal format.
And while we talk about the format, Indian cricket, T20 cricket, Surya Kumar Yadav, let's talk about him. This is a longish run of bad form. I don't want to call it bad form, but he's not been able to make the kind of impact that we saw maybe a couple of years ago.
But look, Surya has not batted badly for Mumbai. He's got a 30, he's got a 40, he's got stuff like that. And you know what? When Surya batted the way Surya did 2 years back, that 25 ball 50 was a standout.
Right.
Now it's a norm.
No, exactly.
So Surya's 18 ball 30, and you're like, boss, that's low. 25 ball 40. Oh, that's not acceptable. That's 170. You score 50 of 15 balls. Only that is acceptable. We have that day, who was it? Rajat Patidar. The way Rajat Patidar was going, and all credit to Rajat Patidar. For me, it was book cricket.
Yes.
Boom, six, boom, six. What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be right that a Josh Hazlewood, who bowled that way in Australia, where Abhishek Sharma and people found it impossible to even put bat on ball, gets smashed all over by Vaibhav and somebody else in that Guwahati game. A Josh Hazlewood, who Abhishek Sharma said he's not even seen somebody bowl like that in white ball cricket in Australia. You mean to say Hazlewood has become that bad? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah. So that's what my point is, that you are reducing a Bumrah, a Hazlewood
to a bowling machine
to a bit of a mockery, and that you can't do.
All right, final question. That transition, who do you see as the next successor for Surya Kumar Yadav? Is it an Akshar Patel who's leading Delhi Capitals?
Interesting question. Unfortunately, again, we don't empower bowlers that much and make them captains. If you see the history, you will see, look at India's captains, a Rohit Sharma, a Virat Kohli, a Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, people thought, but brief, whatever, didn't happen. Largely, again, a captain has always been a bit of a brand. Is Akshar Patel that brand that you can put on multiple different hoardings and sell him? You can do that with a Shubman Gill.
Yes, you can.
You can't do that with a Akshar Patel. Yeah. So that will be another big question mark there, that who kind of replaces Akshar. Shreyas Iyer, I would have assumed, could have been a commodity who you could have sold, but he's not part of your T20 setup. You know, in an ideal scenario, Jasprit Bumrah should have been your captain. Yeah. Because Jasprit Bumrah would play a T20 World Cup, would play maximum of these matches. I understand red ball he will pick and choose, but this one he will not pick and choose. He could have been an option. But India will invest in somebody who they reckon is a candidate for the future. Can someone like a Tilak Verma be groomed? Is he someone who has that charisma? I think they will, because with Shubman Gill not being there in the setup anymore, there is a void. Honestly, however much I like Akshar and I think he's a very good player, I don't see Akshar Patel captaining India long term, because brand Akshar Patel is not even remotely close to a brand Shubman Gill, or for that matter a Surya Yadav or a Hardik Pandya. So that could be an issue.
How will these transitions pan out when it comes to India's next white ball captain, or even the next big star in the IPL? The answers will only come with time. Till then, we'll get back to billiards and play some more shots.
Try?
No.
No, you've given up.
After the first one, I'm not trying again on camera. But thank you so much everyone for joining, and thank you Shapurji Polonji for hosting us here at Joyville, Pune. Thank you.